Let's write these 5 inequalities using interval notation, beginning with number 1, x is greater than 5. When describing the numbers that are greater than 5, 5 of course is our lower bound, and in our notation we'll use a parenthesis there because 5 is not included. X has to be greater than 5. It's not allowed to equal 5. That's why we use the parenthesis. Now, if x has to be greater than 5, it can be as big as it likes, as long as it's greater than 5. So we would go up to infinity. And we also use a parenthesis with infinity, because infinity is not a number, and so can't actually be in our interval. So this is the set of numbers that are greater than 5. The second inequality, a is less than -4, is similar, but in the opposite direction. If a has to be less than -4, then -4 is acting as our upper bound. Again, we'll use a parenthesis there because -4 isn't actually included. A can't equal -4, so we use the parenthesis. As long as a is less than -4, it can be anything it likes, and so we would go all the way to negative infinity, and that would be also written with the parenthesis because negative infinity is not a number, and so can't be included in the interval. So a is less than -4, that describes the same set of numbers as this interval. In number 3, we have that -8 is less than or equal to y is less than 0. So in this case, 0 is our upper bound, and -8 is our lower bound. Now, we write 0 with that parenthesis because, again, 0 isn't included. Y has to be less than 0. But notice that y can equal -8. -8 is included. So with -8, we will write a bracket instead of a parenthesis. That's how we indicate that -8 is actually included in this interval. So these numbers and these numbers are the same. All of the numbers between -8 and 0, including -8, but not including 0. Then we have 9 is less than or equal to z is less than or equal to 10. So 9 has to be written with the bracket because 9 is included. Z can be greater than or equal to 9. And then our upper bound is 10, which can also be included, and so is written with a bracket. Z is less than or equal to 10. So we have a bracket on the lower bound and a bracket on the upper bound. Finally, 12 is less than or equal to n. Since n has to be greater than or equal to 12, 12 is our lower bound, and it should be written with a bracket because it is included. N is allowed to equal 12. As long as n is greater than or equal to 12, it can be anything else, and so we go up to infinity. There's no upper bound. And we write that with a parenthesis because infinity is not a number, and so can't actually be included in the interval. So that's how to write inequalities using the very handy interval notation. Let me give you another set of examples to try on your own. Here are 5 more problems. You can pause the video and try them yourself. I'll put the answers on screen now. And there are the interval notation representations of those inequalities. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions, and be sure to check out my Precalculus course and Precalculus exercises playlist in the description for more. Thanks for watching.